when we introduced a new way of doing things, we really reached out to all of our stakeholders, and we're talking businesses in the area. We reached out to our students, our staff, our parents, our communities, our nonprofit agencies. Everyone who can hold a claim to being a stakeholder in this district was reached out to as far as how do we do this? How do we take this to the next level? How do we make a better and more engaging process? And that's when we came up with the Test and Connect initiative. That's also how we pushed our instructional bond that just really is the backbone that allows the funding to happen to pay for a lot of these devices. And when you look at a bond like we have, what your community is saying is that we are willing to invest in what this district is doing for the students that come out of it. And even more so, a lot of the people who are investing have students that have long since graduated. Right, so their students the people in their family aren't even necessarily benefiting from that. But when you increase the educational output of any community, you raise up the value of the community, not just financially, but increasing education provides a bonus for the community as a whole. And I think our community members realize that, and they realize and trust in the process that we're doing as far as providing the equity and excellence in our teachers, and they're willing to support that. And so our bond allows us to operate at a much higher level and allows us to provide high quality devices for our students, high quality education for our instructors, and we combine those together through a lens of technology, and we make miracles happen.
We had a citywide Minecraft challenge, and it was the first time we had this, again, even in the midst of remote learning. So that way it was based on the sustainability goals and New York City 2050, basically about making a city that's more sustainable, more accessible, more inclusive. And all the students were designing it in Minecraft Education Edition. Fun for them to play, made it really engaging. And even within like the first 2 weeks, because we didn't give them a huge time frame, like more than 1,500 students submitted their designs in Flipgrid. We pulled the best ones from various grade levels, and they formed these burrow-based teams, and then they had these design battles against each other, something called Battle of the Burrows. In the championship, we got some sort of YouTube celebrities that moderated it on Twitch, and it even ended up airing on ESPN right before the Scripps Spelling Bee. So it was like these kids felt like they were celebrities and heroes because they were building in Minecraft, even though in some cases you never saw the kid's face, you just saw their Minecraft avatar. But this was a point of that they could brag about their success, even in the midst of all these challenges, even in the midst of all the difficulties that they've been facing over the last couple of years, and feel like their voices were really being heard because those video platforms and those tools were available to them, and it was made really accessible to them too. So we had students who were doing those things too, who had physical disabilities and were in wheelchairs, but were still capable because of the accessible tools and technology that they had available.
What I often say is, we can buy product from anybody, but it's the relationships that we have with our partners that make the difference. So our relationship with Microsoft gives us access to these tools. Now, someone else can go there and buy them, and I'm not saying we're in our bubble by ourselves and they only give them to us. But what I'm saying is that a lot of times the average person, the average school district doesn't know what they don't know, so they don't even know what to ask for. So our relationship with Microsoft brings in individuals that says, hey, did you know about this? Did you know about that? And so forth and so on. And we really benefit from that. And I know that Microsoft as an organization is really trying to expand that. So it's not about the districts that can afford to write the big check that get that, but how do we expand that type of a process so that any educational institution or even individual has access to those tools as well.